Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do a K-drama inspired look because I have K-drama fever and I've been binge watching shows like Caudalie, What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, and Itaewon Class on Netflix. So today's look is going to be inspired by the women from these series. So before we get started, please don't forget to smash that like button down below, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss a beat when I post content like this. So we're starting off with prepping the skin as usual, but today we're gonna shake it up a bit because the most important part of a K-drama look or any Korean look is glass skin and perfect gradient lips. Now, I'm actually going to start with a lip balm because my lips tend to crack in certain areas and I don't want the lip tint to settle in those cracks. And I'm using the Glossier Balm.com in Cherry. I like this because it already has like a slight tint and it'll be a nice base for our lips. Now, we're going to move on to our favorite mist, and it's the Caudalie Great Water. This is just supposed to kind of add some moisture into our face and make sure it's dewy when we apply products. But we won't stop there. We're actually going to use the COSRX Advanced Snail Mucin Essence. So this is just going to help with giving us a glass skin look, and it's going to help even out any redness in our skin. Now that we've prepped our skin, we're actually going to move on to the eyes, and this is going to be pretty quick because Koreans don't actually use a lot of eyeshadow and they tend to go for eyeshadows that are light and also shimmery. So I'm using an eyeshadow from a Korean brand which is Etude House, and this is in like a pinkish nude glittery eyeshadow and it's in the shade PK004. I'm going to zoom you guys in a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so going in with that pink shade, I'm going to deepen my crease with this color. I'm just gonna carve out the shape of my eye. So I want the deepest shade of pink to be on my crease, and then we're going to use the same wash of color into our mobile lid. By the way, I'm using a fluffy brush from Real Techniques and it's the Base Shadow Crease Brush. Then I'm going to get a even fluffier brush from Real Techniques, and I think this is called their Deluxe Crease Brush. And this is just supposed to diffuse any harsh lines in our eyes from the shadow that we put on. Next, we're going to dip into another Etude House eyeshadow, and this one is a burgundy red color. It's in the shade BR405. And we're going to add a little bit of depth and dimension into our eye. So we're going to focus that on the outer part of our eye, sort of forming a V. So not a lot because they don't really wear a lot of eyeshadow. And last, we're going to add a shimmery white shade into our crease, and I'm using the Zoeva Nude Spectrum palette. I'm going to use the color ND100, and I'm just going to pat that into the first part of my eye. Then we're going to blend that again all together. So with the residue from my Real Techniques brush, the one we dipped in the pink shade, we're just going to go ahead and deepen the crease again. Then we're going to get a pencil brush, and this is from Zoeva. It's the 230 pencil brush, and we're going to dip that into the pink shade that we used for our lid, and we're going to connect it to our lower lash line, just so everything looks a bit more cohesive. Then as a last step, we're going to dip into the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. We're dipping into the highlight and using a flat shader brush, we're going to highlight the inner part of our eye. Our final step is to just go back in with the brush we used for the pink eyeshadow and kind of mesh everything together so it looks more seamless. Then we're going to do the signature Korean eyeliner, and I'm going to be using a MAC brown eyeliner. I don't remember the name anymore, but you can get any brown eyeliner. We're going to extend our eyeliner towards the end, but instead of winging it out, we're going to make it go downwards. Then we're going to kind of make that a little bit more apparent, and we're going to use our Laura Mercier Caviar stick just to add a little bit more glitter into our eye because they are into that. So that just intensified our eyeliner, and we're going to do the same for the other eye. Now that that's done, we're going to move on to mascara. So I'm just going to quickly use my Shuamura lash curler and then get my Heroine mascara and put on some lashes. So this eye would look really good with some cat eye false eyelashes. So I'm using one that I got from a convenience store in Japan, and the convenience store is Don Quijote, and I don't know what it's called because it has all Japanese characters, but basically I picked like a cat eye shape and I just went for something that suited my style. I'm putting on lash glue with my DUP black lash glue. We're gonna make that dry a bit, and we're going to put our first set of lashes. Wow, I actually haven't used these lashes in so long, but I forgot how, I guess, natural they sort of look while adding a bit of glam to your eye. So we're going to apply the same on the other side. Now that we're done with the lashes, we're actually going to start with the brows, and Koreans are known for the straight brow look, so we're going to do the same. And I'm using the Face Shop Designing Eyebrow Pencil. So I'm using the spoolie in the end, and this is in the shade light brown. We're going to map out what our brow's going to look like first. So I want my brow to start there. So I will put a line. Then instead of going for the normal arch, we're just gonna continue straight. And then we're going to move to our glossy brow flick. So we're just going to draw hair-like strokes at the start of our brow because we did extend it quite a bit. Then we're going to move to our last step, which is brow gel. And I'm using the Glossier Boy Brow because this goes with our light brown look. So now that we have our eye game on, we're going to move on to our base. And today I'm using the Hourglass Vanish Stick Concealer, and I'm going to mix that with the Glossier Futuredew because I want a glass skin look, and these two are going to give me that. So I'm going to mix that in the back of my hand So I'll just warm up the foundation. Then I'm going to add a drop of Futuredew. And that's going to mix with the foundation. And now we have like an oily base going on, so you can see the shine, and we can put that on our face. So I'm going to focus it mainly on the center of my face and the tops of my cheekbones. Now we're going to rub that in with our fingers first, because this is going to allow the product to melt into our skin better, and then we're going to even it out with a sponge. It's okay if your foundation isn't super mixing well as of this moment. We'll fix and even things out later with a sponge. Next, we're going to get a damp beauty blender, and we're just going to press that into our skin. The water is also going to help with the dewy base. So next, we're going to move on to blush. And if you're not happy with the glow of your skin, that's okay. We're going to use the Grape Water Mist again later. And then if you still want more glow, we'll use a little bit more of the Glossier Futuredew. So I'm going to use the Glossier Cloud Paint, and we're going to use the shade Puff. And we're going to just dab that into the sides of our cheeks. And we're going to use our damp beauty blender again. We're just gonna slowly build the color. Now we're going to dip back into our pink eyeshadow, and we're going to use our beauty blender again, and we're going to use it as blush. I'm actually a really huge fan of using like similar eyes, cheeks, and lips, because I think everything just looks more cohesive. In fairness, this eyeshadow actually is a good blush. So now we're gonna move to the exciting part, and it's the lips. So I moved you guys a bit closer again so you can see in detail what I'm doing with the lips. So for the lips, we're going to start with the sunniesface lip dip in Boysenberry. So this is actually going to be the base of our lips, and it's going to be the darkest part of our lips. So I love this lip color because it immediately brightens your face, as you can see, and it's a very nice base for a gradient look. So instead of going straight with a lip tint wherein it normally just deposits a lot of color in the bottom area and not much on the upper area, this is a nice base to start with. Then I'm using like a lip brush from Real Techniques to spread the lip product onto the other parts of the lip to give it a gradient effect. So I can tell that on some parts it's not as colorful. That's okay. We're actually going to go in with another lip product, and it's from Happy Skin. It's the Kiss and Bloom Water Lip and Cheek Tint, and this is the shade Serene. And we're going to add that onto the inner parts of our lips to make it a little bit more gradient. So now I think that's a really nice gradient. I think it makes our teeth look whiter, and that's always a nice plus. So we're going to kind of sew this look together by adding highlighter, and I'm using the Glossier Haloscope, and this is just going to add like a natural dew to our skin and make it look like we have glass skin that reflects. We're going to get our damp beauty blender again and use that to blend the highlighter into our skin. So as you can see, the light really reflects back into our skin, and I think that's really because of the foundation and Futuredew concoction. So our last and final step, at least for makeup, is going to be a light dusting of contour so we can add a bit of dimension to our face. So I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, and I'm just going to lightly contour my nose. And with whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to run that in the perimeter of my face, since a Korean look isn't really contour heavy. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me create a Korean inspired makeup look. It's something I'm trying for the first time in my channel, but something I love recreating for days that I don't want to be super extra and just put minimal makeup. Although, okay, this isn't really super minimal makeup, but it's minimal for me because I don't put a lot of effort on the eyeshadow and I use less products. I hope you guys were inspired and end up recreating the look, and if you do, please tag me on Instagram and also comment down below so I'll be able to see the looks and respond to you. So I guess that's it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!